Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. We have a lot to talk about, and we are 5 subs away from 117,000 subscribers. So I'm pretty happy. I've been doing a lot more uploads, and it's paying off in terms of the channel growing. Of course, I do these live streams, and I love them. And to my super chat, you give me every incentive to rock these live streams. But let's go ahead. So hit subscribe if you're watching this. We're like basically could be at 117,000 at the end of this, which would be really, really cool. Rod Rosenstein's leaving. And that's it's interesting because when you see what took place today, Rod Rosenstein, oh, he's going to get fired. He's not going to get fired. He's firing. He's getting fired. He already resigned. Or he might resign. Well, we don't know, but he's really on his way out. What could that happen with the Mueller probe? Or what could go on with the Mueller probe? You know, the guy has already been on thin ice for a long time. Trump hates him. This little guy hates him. Okay? Thank you, Tony. Thank you. Trump hates Rosenstein, and he has for a long time. Rod Rosenstein is Jeff Sessions' deputy. Jeff Sessions hired Rod Rosenstein. It wasn't Trump. Trump was like, look, I'm president. And Jeff Sessions, I thought you would go ahead and be by my side. I thought you would represent for me, defend me. Oh, you recused yourself from humanity. Wow, that's really great. Who do you have as your deputy? Oh, Rod Rosenstein, who's a career DOJ official who has ties to the Clinton administration, or at least Democratic establishment, or the establishment. What people don't get is that establishment Republicans and establishment Democrats hate Trump. It really doesn't matter if you are a Republican or a Democrat. It's completely Patriot 95. Thank you. It's completely irrelevant. Look, I'm a Trump supporter. I really like President Trump. Okay. I love aspects of President Trump. People hate him because they hate his personality, and that's it. They don't have a great economy growing at 4.2% GDP, 320,000 manufacturing jobs coming back to the United States of America already growing under President Trump. President Obama had 300,000 leave. I am on Gab. Eric H526, if you have my Gab link. I am on Gab. Anybody who wants to follow me on Gab, I am. You could type in. Hopefully, you could. If you type H.A. Goodman, you can find me on Gab. But peace between North and South Korea is a great thing. These are all, major achievements. Now, oh, what about the environment? What about, well, he's a Republican. And you know what? Democrats claim to love the environment. Democrats claim to uphold by a lot of policies and values, and they don't. And everybody knows that. Everybody knows that. Trump, however, has been forced to play a game. And he's been forced to play a game that is based on gossip, hearsay, rumor. And I would not like any Republican or Democrat. I wouldn't gravitate towards a Paul Ryan. I certainly, obviously, would never gravitate towards Clinton. She's going to eventually get charged. She's like the drunk of criminality, just the sloppy drunk of criminal behavior. And again, we'll talk about the midterms. Today, Trump tweeted, remember midterms. Midterms Republicans are now definitely going to keep the House and Senate. After everything going on, they've awoken a sleeping giant. But what I'm trying to say in my long-winded way is that only Trump could have survived this. Nobody on the planet could have, really, nobody on the planet could have survived this. The media, the intelligence community, the Democratic Party, Hollywood, journalists, all coming after him. Nobody would have survived it. Not one person on this planet. I'm telling you, not one person. He is the only person on the planet who could have survived all of this. And I want to let you know, because I used to be on the left, and I want to let you know something. They don't care about logic. They are now a wounded creature, clawing and biting and scratching and scurrying and scrounging for life and for power, whatever power is left. They don't care. 13 Democrats on the Mueller probe, 13 to 17 partisan Democrats. One actually worked for Clinton to defend the Clinton Foundation. They don't care. They don't care. And so the media is all against Trump. They don't care. There's no, when I was growing up, there was perhaps a liberal bias. And it would be like, up for debate. Is there really a liberal bias? Now they are almost literally extensions of the Democratic National Committee. Every headline is, oh my God, did you see what Trump did? Did you see what Trump did? Thank you, Lloyd. Thank you. They are public relations firms. And I explain in my Daily Caller, my recent Daily Caller article below. It's going to be below in the description, and it will be below in the pinned comment. He has an 85 to 90, well, really a 90% approval rating within the Republican Party. We have a 4.2% GDP growth, in addition to manufacturing jobs coming back, in addition to a low unemployment. Okay, in addition to all the other great things about the economy. He's loved within the Republican Party. There's a great economy. Whenever Democrats have been given the chance, thank you, Eric H526. Anybody who wants to go ahead and subscribe to my Gab, please, it's right there. But whenever Democrats have been given the chance in a special election to a referendum on Trump. Oh, it's a referendum on Trump. This is a referendum on Trump. And they make they're like the kings and queens of silver lining. Well, a Republican should have won by a larger margin. No. Or wider margin. No. If Troy Balderson barely won, it's because Danny O'Connor was on all the cable shows, just like Connor Lamb was, just like all of the Democratic candidates are, just like, every single special election, John Ossoff. They spent $30 million on John Ossoff. It wasn't John Ossoff's fault. It was the fact he was a Democrat. And they still lost. They have lost 8 out of 10 special elections. By some estimates, 8 out of 9. If there's one contest I'm adding as a special election, but they've lost 8 out of 10 from my count, which means they're 2-8. Which means that they would be the worst football team in the division, or the worst baseball or basketball, whatever. There's no participation trophy time stuff here, okay? It's about winning. They have zero margin for error, and they're not going to win the House. And I can go ahead right now, a little later, I'll show you even more contests that are supposed to be Democrat without even thinking, and it's up in the air. You can write them down right now. But Rod Rosenstein, it all gets back to him now, because he has to either testify. He has to testify or resign. In other words, he has to poop or get off the pot. Or whatever phrase that you want to go ahead and use. I was thinking of Gavin Newsom, that's why. and San Francisco and the wonderful state of affairs where there's actually a poop patrol because people are pooping on the street. Anyway, and that's like actually happening. So he has to either testify that Candace, support your local Goodman. He has to either testify that he was joking regarding wearing a wire. So if you live by gossip, hearsay, rumor, innuendo, then your political demise will be linked to gossip, hearsay, rumor, all of that stuff. Rod Rosenstein can't say, thank you, Pastor Walt. Thank you. Thank you. Rod Rosenstein can't say, oh, well, it's gossip. This is not true. Well, then why did you sign off on the FISA warrant? Why did you utilize a fake news dossier to spy on Trump? Why did you even lend any credence to Comey's stupid leaked memos? Tamara Friedman, the Dems are truly un-American. They would rather burn down the house than see President Trump win. Trump was the only man for this job. MAGA. Exactly. Tamara Friedman. It has been a never-ending, Tamara, it has been a never-ending, constant, just throwing of mud. Democrats are like, well, if we're going to lose, we're going to throw as much mud as possible. We'll throw as much mud as possible. And Tamara, I know you'll be here. Everyone has to be here. November 6th, 2018. Thank you, Angel Tibbs. Thank you. I love Hard Bastard. He's awesome. They are going to lose after 2 years of Rod Rosenstein and James Comey and John Brennan and James Clapper and Andrew McCabe and Peter Strzok and Lisa Page and questions about tax returns and, oh my God, Trump worked with Russia and here's the missing link and all the, oh my God, the Russians interfered in the election. It's the most absurd, asinine, ludicrous, stupid narrative. It's not even corroborated by any evidence, and it's a legitimized fantasy theory or a conspiracy theory, and it's all pure fantasy. Oh, well, the Russians bought $46,000 in Facebook ads. Then show one. Have you noticed you've never seen one? Have you noticed you've never seen a Facebook ad? Have you noticed not one intelligence official, whether it's Clapper, Comey, or whatever, or Brennan, has ever said, well, this right here, you see, this is John Brennan. This is a Facebook ad of Jesus arm wrestling Satan. And as you can see, it says, don't let Satan win. Only vote for Trump. And you know, Wisconsin voters saw this, and they said, no, we won't let Satan win. We believe Facebook ads, so we'll pull the lever for Trump here. No, that didn't happen. Crazy, crazy, crazy Brennan. But they don't give an actual Facebook ad. No Sickle J. No Sickle J. I can't really say. No Sickle J. No Sickle J. A little bit of YouTube policies there. Can't really say it, but yes, no Sickle J. Well, that's the thing. I mean, that's a whole can of worms there. I believe that the majority of people this is my thing. I believe women, by and large, when they say something happened to them, are telling the truth. But I don't believe Democrats. I'll leave it at that. I don't believe the Democratic Party. My bobblehead of Trump has more integrity than the entire Democratic Party combined. All right. And the Democratic Party is so stupid. They have this boomerang. It's the Trump. It's the Trump political hit job boomerang, and they're like, "Ha ha, we got him now." They're gonna throw this boomerang at him. And then it goes around Trump, and Trump's like, "Excuse me, wrong." And he and then it goes around and hits them back in the head, and they're like, "Oh, what happened? Oh no. Oh no." Every single thing they try to level at Trump doesn't work. And I was thinking about it. The reason that it doesn't work is not only that accusations against Trump are purely hearsay, gossip, rumor, no evidence. It's that, ladies and gentlemen, I used to be hardcore on the left, still a registered Democrat, and I'm telling you, there are no policies that unify all Democrats. There are policies that unify all Republicans or Trump voters. So I'm not even a Republican, and I'm not fond of Paul Ryan, but I will protect the Second Amendment for my entire life, along with people who love Paul Ryan. I don't really care about Paul Ryan at all. I don't care. I don't care about the McCains or the Paul Ryans. But one thing that binds all of us, whether you're a Trump supporter or whether you're an establishment Republican, is the Second Amendment. There's nothing that binds all people on the left. Nothing. Now, you could say Roe v. Wade, but yes and no. I mean, that's not a pressing issue. No one's going to overturn Roe v. Wade by themselves, and Roe v. Wade, I don't believe, will be overturned. I don't think it'll ever be overturned. It's not just, law. It's, you can forget the debate. I'm not even going to get into the debate. I'm just saying there's nothing aside from that, perhaps you could say, but there's nothing that binds everyone on the left. The Constitution binds exactly all Trump voters and conservatives. The Constitution does not bind the left. I can tell you they want to erase the First and Second Amendments. There are people who, if they could, the First Amendment, they would go ahead and add on, well, you can't say these words. George Carlin used to have words you can't say. He's funny, the whole funny shtick. And I mean, that's Democrats. The Democratic Party has no value system, thus it can't really have any energy. Now, for a moment, when I was a Bernie supporter, there was a moment in time where it all clicked, where we thought that, and it was like a beautiful moment, and it was just like a tiny moment. It'll never, ever, 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 ever happen again, ever. Where there was this beautiful bird that flew down onto Bernie's podium, and I used to watch it, and tears would a little tear would come down, and I'd be like, oh my God, this could be really unbelievable. This could be really, really unbelievable. This was in Portland. And this is a sign from God. And it's so amazing. And there was a moment in time where on the left, you could really change the system with Bernie. Now, Trump is changing the system on the right, and he's doing a brilliant job of it, and he's awesome. But on the left, I was on the left, and I wanted to just change the system and tear down the disgusting Obama-Bush paradigm of regime change and bailing out banks and all that stuff. With Trump, I don't get regime changes. I get peace between North and South Korea. But there was a moment in time where Bernie Sanders, where we didn't think that it was a rigged primary, where I didn't know that there was Peter Strzok at the FBI, that the FBI was basically, J. Edgar Hoover all over again, and that the DNC primary was something that nobody ever thought could take place. Where in U.S. history is there where, yes, there's cheating in politics, but where in U.S. history could you go ahead and find a political party that rigs its primary. The whole point of a primary is so you get the person best suited to win. And I'm trying to explain Lachlan Bird. I am really much. I am. But I'm trying to explain that energy, that enthusiasm, that passion, that belief in something wonderful, that belief in some kind of profound vision, where Bernie was going to break up too big to fail banks, or at least he was going to try. He was going to end these quagmires. He was going to, not going to be an interventionist, which is what that's the thing I loved about Bernie's foreign policy, which I can get that with Trump. But that is what drove the energy, the passion, enthusiasm within the Democratic Party. It was all obliterated. It was all obliterated and decimated and destroyed, and it vanished within days. And there were a lot of people traumatized. Now, I wasn't traumatized. I'm just saying that there were a lot of people traumatized. There were a lot of people who, like me, will never forget what happened. Ever forget. Oh, well, it's just politics, because these are the same people who blame Russia. And every article said that Clinton would win by a landslide. Then they blame Russia. What I'm trying to say, though, is they'll never regain that as long as Clinton controls the Democratic Party, and she does. And what I'm trying to say is that if they don't win midterms, which they won't, you are going to see the most monumental collapse because they don't stand for anything. They don't have any passion. You've heard that the Democratic voters are energized. They're not energized. That's a function of the media. If you have the media working nonstop, if you have the media and Hollywood and late night and all of this stuff working nonstop, well, obviously you're going to get people to the polls. You control the media. Adambomb 31458, thank you. Adambomb 31458, thank you. And then, thank you, Angel Tibbs, thank you. And then you get Bernie Sanders, who was a shell of himself. And I'm telling you, they've used him, and they're going to turn on him when they lose. They're going to blame him again. They're going to use and abuse him. And again, I will be proven right. And the mentality on the left is like, I used to write articles with Bernie Sanders will become nominee once Clinton is indicted, that type of thing. And I knew it was out there, but she had a criminal investigation. I didn't know Peter Strzok was covering, and Comey and Andrew McCabe were covering up everything. And I thought the Democratic primary was fair. We were told it was fair. So my mindset was completely different. The rebuttal I get from people on the left who would try to insult me was, look how stupid this guy is. Doesn't he know what real politics is? Don't you know that it was Clinton all along? These are from people who claim to be Bernie supporters now. There's zero concept of winning or fighting or, tearing down the system, although they'll pontificate. You literally can't write something on Twitter or anything without people on the left getting offended somehow. They're in constant outrage, but they have no set value system. So it's like this really dysfunctional, not even political movement. It's like a dysfunctional sphere of people, of these atoms going all different places. The Butt 2007. How do you factor Kavanaugh for your midterm predictions? Kavanaugh will be confirmed. I have a segment on that. I do my Mitch McConnell. Oh, Mitch McConnell. I don't know what you heard about Mitch, but you can't put a fast one on Mitch. He's going to go ahead and keep everyone till November, all through October. He said that. He's going to go ahead and no recess. No recess for you children.
There's no recess for you. You're going to go ahead and keep working. Half day, Feinstein. It's a half day, isn't it? No, you're not. You're going to work. They don't call me the turtle for nothing. I'll snap at you. I'm snapping at all of you. I'm Mitch McConnell.
So he's going to go ahead and he's going to keep them all through the Senate recess, and they're not going to go ahead and. At this point right now, Democrats have hurt the Me Too movement. They've found a way to do so. Even liberals are like, oh no, not this. Don't destroy this. Don't tarnish this. Don't tarnish this. So he'll go, our promise to wall, no bomb. The wall, that'll happen. But he has to, I have friends who are dreamers in DACA program. I want them to be given citizenship. So he'll go ahead and do something. Democrats will know they will be completely obliterated and destroyed in terms of Dan Footland. Thank you. Thank you, Dan. Thank you, Dan. The bot 2007, they'll be completely obliterated in terms of political momentum. So the Senate, they'll gain seats. Mitch McConnell will be back like,
so you try to go ahead and pull a fast one on us. Didn't work, did it? We mess with the best, you die like the rest. Yes. No, we gain seats. You're going to go ahead and listen to us. Yeah, we have the political capital now. And you didn't even get the House.
So they're not going to get the House. And that whole thing, the ACA, I don't know how, much more they'll go on that. But if they jettison Kavanaugh, they will never jettison Kavanaugh. They will never jettison Kavanaugh. The bot 2007. Thank you. They will never jettison Kavanaugh. He's going to get confirmed. If they do that, I mean, Chuck Grassley, this is a great occasion. I'm like trying to hone in on my skills. Chuck Grassley says, this is a great occasion for everyone. He started off this, I swear, the best. Go back and look at the beginning of the hearings. It's so great. He's like, he didn't know that they had like the full court, they're. You are too. Yes, John Cox has a chance, but the best thing he'll do is just bring out Republican votes, and Democrats have no chance in the House because of that. And about 31458, Rod Rosenstein's pretty much done. Frank, where's your Hillary bobblehead? I want you to bring it. Frank, I cannot do so. It is against YouTube policies. I'm trying to go for the long term. Frank, thank you so much, Frank. Frank, I appreciate that. Thank you. Frankie boy. That's where President Trump gets it. You hit him, and he hits you back harder, pretty much. No more pushover, bend over, apologize. Now we stand up for ourselves as it should be. Absolutely, Frankie boy. Absolutely. And he also, not only does he hit back harder, but he also maneuvers them towards what he wants to discuss. He pushes them. He literally manipulates them. And they think they're getting the better of him, but they don't even realize this how stupid they are. Rhonda, Iowa girl, thank you so thank you so very much, Rhonda. Rhonda, Iowa girl, let's go ahead. And it's been half an hour of time. Let's just go ahead, the midterms. And Rhonda, Iowa girl, I have I have more house contests. More house contests. So I have right here, ladies and gentlemen, go ahead and write them down. Democrats have to run the table with these. Okay. When people, if you're going to ask, well, HA, how are you so confident? I went over all 37 of the Cook Political Report toss-up / leaning Dems. Okay. I have 8 here, or sorry, 11 here. 11 that I have given or Cook has given Democrats the win. And I still got to only 22 when I was doing my analysis. The best they get is 22 wins. And that's like everything has to go well. Everything has to go well. They need 23. But I mean, here, write them down if you want, or just watch this again because it's going to be uploaded after this. Virginia 7. Dave Bratt can beat Abigail Spanberger. Okay, Iowa 3. David Young can defeat Axney. New York 19. John Faso can defeat Delgado. New York 22. Claudia Tenney can defeat Brindisi. Florida 7. Mike Miller can defeat Stephanie Murphy. That's a Democratic incumbent, by the way. Nevada 4. GOP poll shows competitive race. Roll call. Okay, yeah, it's a GOP poll, but it shouldn't even be competitive. Okay, Nevada 4. Crescent Hardy can beat Stephen Harsford. Minnesota 8. Pete Stauber can beat Radinovich. Okay, that's 7 that they have to just run the table, but it's all up in the air. Minnesota 1, the Dem incumbent, Republican Jim Hagedorn can beat Freehan. And in one poll shows the Republican with a 14-point lead. Okay, Iowa 1, Rod Bloom can defeat Finkenauer. All right. Pennsylvania 17, Rothfuss, I call him Ruthless Rothfuss. This guy is ruthless. Do you understand? He's ruthless. He's ruthless. Frankie Boy, thank you. Miss Tesla 1, thank you, Miss Tesla 1. Thank you so very, very much, Miss Tesla 1. Thank you. Thank you. Rhonda, Iowa Girl, let's do it. I checked today. I get 1680 max. Rhonda, Iowa Girl, thank you so very much. Thank you for being such a strong supporter of this channel. Thank you. And I'm just telling you, we're going to party. Rhonda, Iowa Girl, Miss Tesla 1, Frankie Boy. You have to all be here. Frank, you have to all be here. Everyone, all 650 plus people, almost 700 people, you got to be here November 6th. But I'm not even done. Okay, that's the 10th. I mean, he can defeat Connor Lamb. Connor Lamb, by the way, is a great candidate. Connor Lamb barely beat Rick Saccone. Barely. And they say, well, look, he barely beat, he won, and it was close in a red district. No, but Connor Lamb was a media darling, just like John Ossoff. You're not going to have 435 contests where the media is giving free publicity to the Democrat. And it was still close. See, their mentality is, well, if a Democrat can get close in a Republican district, then it's a blue wave. No, that's not the case. You're not factoring in all the free airtime. You're not factoring in the frenzied, crazy, just manic Democrats that in the media, and especially the media, that just are longing for some kind of symbolic win to show, and they still didn't get. They lost 8 out of 10 times. And then 11, Wendy Rogers could defeat Tom O'Halloran. It's possible. So 10 and 11, so 9, 10, and 11, we don't know. But see, the thing is, Democrats have to go like 9 and 2 or 8 and 3. They can't go 5 and 5 with this. They go 5 and 5. The House, stays Republican. That's what I'm trying to say. Virginia 7, Iowa 3, New York 19, New York 22, Florida 7, Nevada 4, Minnesota 8, Minnesota 1, Iowa 1, Pennsylvania 17, Arizona 1. Now you could just look at Pennsylvania 17. That's going to be a hilarious. If Pennsylvania 17, if that goes Rothfuss, you can kiss a blue wave goodbye early in the night. You can kiss that goodbye. Really, there's a lot of races. You need to get Michael Avenatti bobblehead and do some Clinton. Frank, we need Avenatti. We need him. He needs to be front and center. He must be the most important person in the Democratic Party. He must be. He must be. You totally need to have Michael Avenatti. So wow, this is interesting. Democrats pretend Republicans are the rich party of the rich, yet Hillary won 70% of the wealthiest counties in America. Wow, that's interesting. And you always hear this dumb thing like, well, the most educated voters. Education impact. It's like, give me a break. Give me a break. But what I'm trying to tell you is there's no margin for error. There's no margin for error. It's fourth and goal. It is fourth and goal. And you've been stuffed 3 times. And your running back is Debbie Wasserman Schultz. Okay? And you know who the middle linebacker is? Donnie Boy. All right? Hello, Angela Chung. Hello. And you hand it off to Debbie Wasserman. He just flies through the air. Or whatever. You have, I don't know, Keith Ellison. You have, Tom Perez. You have Bill Clinton. So let's do Bill Clinton. They're gonna hand the ball to Bill Clinton. Well, thank you. I feel your pain. And stuffed. You better. That's what I'm saying. The margin for error. There's no margin for error. There not only needs to be a blue wave, there needs to be a true groundwork of passion, and they don't have that. You're running the wrong way, Debbie. I said in the other live stream, someone said run the Fumblerooski is so hilarious. David Kaplan. So Rhonda, Iowa girl. I didn't see. So I'm sorry, I didn't. Rhonda, Iowa girl. David, 1 second. Rhonda, Iowa girl, Trump got a lot of votes back because of this Kavanaugh stuff. Exactly. It really upsets people. Thanks, Diane. Exactly. And Rhonda, that's the boomerang that comes back. Republicans were going to show up. Now they're angry. And this just takes the wind out of the sails for Democrats because they're like, oh my God, this is embarrassing. Exactly, Rhonda, Iowa girl. Exactly. Because they're just they're not going to campaign if they have all through October to go ahead and get this done. So, exactly. They've awoken a sleeping giant. And that's pretty stupid. But it's Democrats we're talking about. So, that's what they do. They just go ahead and they engage in just buffoonery and craziness. And then they call it, intelligence. Rhonda, Iowa girl, thank you. You're 100% right. David Kaplan, red landslide is all I see coming. They managed to make everyone hate them. Exactly. Just like Rhonda said. Exactly. At this point, exactly. David, they're so dirty that even when it comes to American politics, they're like, this is crazy. People are like, this is crazy. They don't even make any sense. They don't make any sense. It's just like the Mueller probe. Well, when's the probe going to end? Well, we don't know. We have to keep investigating. Well, there's no evidence. Well, we don't know that. Yeah, we do. You do know when there's no evidence. You do know when there's no evidence. It's called, the fact there's no evidence. Like whenever you challenge a Democrat on the Mueller probe, they're like, well, we don't know. It's very this coy, like gleeful kind of, well, we just, we got to keep investigating. Yeah, right. You know what you're doing. They know what they're doing. And they've known they know there was no evidence from day one. Even Strzok knew. David Kaplan, thank you. Rhonda, Iowa girl, thank you. Frank, Texas Republican Pete Flores wins state Senate race in district held by Democrats for 139 years, 73% Hispanic and Black. Good signs. Very good signs. Very good signs. That's yet another. And then today, for example, the Republican Party had its highest favorability ratings in 7 years, something like that. What happened 7 years ago? 2010. They took, swept Congress big time. 7-8 years ago. But Frank, thank you. Thank you, Frank. Yeah. I mean, that in a Democratic held district for over 130 years, I think it's pretty good. Chuck Grassley is your strong side linebacker. Watch the cat. Exactly. Exactly. That's right. That's right. He's like the Wilbur Marshall was strong, or no, or Harry Carson. No, he was a middle linebacker. Was he? Yeah. Jeff McDaniel 100. Actually, there's a great Harry Carson stuff. Like the one, it was like this amazing play. Was it Harry Carson? No, some other. It was the other guy. Jeff McDaniel 100. Thank you. Angela Chung. Out of the blue, you called my name. Love it. Love everyone on your channel. Democrats are in the toilet blue wave. Yes. Yes. Angela Chung, thank you so very much. The blue wave is going to be really the toilet bowl. It's going to be Democratic. And I'm telling you, Angela, you are invited. Please be here with Nosigal J and Frank and Rhonda, Iowa girl, and David Kaplan. We're going to all partay. This guy is just going to go ahead and go crazy. We're going to party, party, party. It's going to be so amazing. It's going to be so amazing. It'll be so amazing. And it'll be just so awesome. It'll be so awesome. Newsweek says Trump destroyed. Thank you, Angela, again. Thank you. Newsweek said Trump destroyed the Republican Party. No single J. Exactly. Well, Newsweek, you know what they're like? They're like, who's the guy? Was it Life of Brian or no? The Holy Grail, where it's like, it's just a flesh wound. It's like they don't realize that they're losing. Like, no, you're losing. You're actually really losing, Democrats. 30 state over 30 state legislatures, over 30 governors, the House, the Senate, and the executive are all Republican. You're losing. And the reason that Republicans are in the White House is because of Trump. So they're like, they're really they're barking up the wrong tree. They're talking, their talking points don't resonate even with the whole country. Not just Republicans, like the whole country is like, whatever. No single J. Thank you. Shay. H.A., we need you in Congress. Thank you, Shay. Thank you. It's very kind of you. Who knows, one day, perhaps. Thank you, Shay. That's very, very kind of you. I appreciate that very much. Thank you. But I mean, this is going to be really, really awesome. It's going to be really awesome. I mean, you're going to have like Democrats just completely implode. And it's going to be absolutely amazing. David Kaplan, did you see my football meme where Hillary gets clocked? I didn't. David Kaplan, I did not. Care Bear, as always, excellent work. Appreciate the updates as always. Thank you, Care Bear. Thank you so very much. Greatly appreciated. I want you and everyone here November 6, 2018, because Democrats are going to be like, this is what they're going to do. It's going to be like Wolf Blitzer and Rachel Maddow's going to give a lecture, the CNN people, they're going to give lectures. They're going to be like, this is what you wanted, America. This is what you wanted. Okay. You had the choice to go ahead and get this guy and put a check on this guy, but you chose to just give it to the Republican. They're going to go ahead. They're not going to know what to do. Care Bear, thank you so very much. Thank you so very much. When the House stays Republican, Rod Rosenstein's gone, Mueller's ended, and then they can go through all the legislation. Trump will have wrestled control completely from the Democratic Party and from the media. The media is impotent. The media is completely impotent. They're powerless. They have no power. They're completely inept. They can't influence your life or my life. Thank you again, Care Bear. Thank you for the kind words. It means a lot to me. Thank you. Frank! I think Trump destroyed both the Republican and Democratic parties. Everyone will be Trumplicans, or Trumpians after the Great Awakening. Yeah, no, I mean, Paul Ryan's leaving. You're going to get more of the Jim Jordan, Mark Meadows, the real like fighters, the Ron DeSantis type people, and it's not going to be what Bernie miscalculated. It's not going to be the Bernie people. It's going to be the Trump people. And what's going to happen is the Democratic Party is going to say, you see, we tried Medicare for all. It didn't work. We're going to go and decimate the Democratic Party. Say it's just not going to work. And there's going to be an internal just civil conflict, as there always is every day. Literally, like I wrote something that I was like defending my Trump supporters on this channel. And I wrote on Twitter, you know what? There are a whole bunch of anti-Semitic people that went on my channel, and my Trump supporters defended me. And I said, don't dare call Trump voters anti-Semitic. And then, of course, people on the left, they just couldn't stand it. They're like, well, and I'm like, what? And they're like, well, what about the, I didn't want to say certain words because YouTube's like, But, and I was like, no, you're not going to equate Trump voters to that. Well, there are some who are Trump voters, right? Yeah, the Klan voted for Hillary, and you find articles about that. So what does that mean? Who cares? It's like the media propaganda is so vapid and stupid. But you're right, Frank. I mean, he destroyed the Democratic Party, and he's destroying the Republican establishment, which is fantastic. Jeez, I didn't know that. Rhonda, Iowa girl. Yale canceled law class to protest Kavanaugh. Oh, my God. It is like the most privileged people on the planet. They just want to go. Well, I don't want to even get into that whole can of worms. He's going to get confirmed. And then when he does, Democrats will say, oh, my God, this is unbelievable. Every single aspect of Trump's presidency is, oh, you've crossed the line. You've crossed the line. You've crossed the line. Oh, my God. People of good decency, people of goodwill, please go ahead. Vote against Trump. Please, please. Look what he's doing. And it's good economy, peace between North and South Korea, exposing corrupt FBI agents, getting the media angry, which is always fantastic. I can't believe that. Rhonda, Iowa girl, thank you. So he just keeps article in the Hill, he just goes ahead and he keeps the Senate past recess, and it's game over. No recess for you, Senate. No playtime. And they won't have time to campaign, And the Democrats are so stupid. If there's one thing that unified Republicans and independents. They're actually losing independents on this. The independents are not zealots. Like, I agree, and I do agree. Most women should be believed. Most of the time, women, like, let's say 90% of the time, yeah, I would say very likely a woman has no reason to lie. That's true. But at the same time, if Dianne Feinstein and the Democratic Party have all this information for months, then you should probably go ahead and do something. And if you don't call the FBI in July or August, and you wait until the last moments after Spartacus, says that he disclosed classified info, which he didn't, and then all the shenanigans and craziness. Oh, we want 1,000 billion pages. What about our pages? I mean, each step of the way. First, they wanted 100 million pages of documents. Then it was the classified documents. Then it was the fact that, oh my God, what a Kavanaugh. He has 300 decisions. Then at the last moment, this takes place, and then it's like, I'm not even going to get into the whole specifics, but it's completely the antithesis of what millions and millions and millions and millions of women have experienced in their lives, which is the most horrendous, horrific, barbaric, disgusting, horrible things that no human being should have to experience. And the whole narrative here is just, the Democratic Party is like, well, you don't need proof. We have to go ahead and investigate. Well, it's the same thing they've done with the Mueller probe. Like, you do need proof before you get the FBI involved. And they're hiding behind the FBI because the FBI went ahead and protected Clinton. They're so utterly corrupt. They're so utterly disgusting and insidious. But they're going to get their comeuppance. They're going to get it. Hopefully, when the dust settles, HA will be the new HA will be the new MSM with a free and critical thinking brain. Thank you, Jeff McDaniel 100. Thank you very much. I greatly appreciate that. But I mean, thank you, Jeff McDaniel 100. I appreciate that very much. Thank you. The problem right now the Democrats face is that they have a cash disadvantage. Now today, the Republican GOP favorability hits highest mark in 7 years. How is that possible, ladies and gentlemen? Could it be that H.A. Goodman was right? Could it be that I was right? Jeff McDaniel, thank you so much. Agent Pepsi 1, women who are Dem operatives, like, every reason to lie. Agent Pepsi 1, yeah, YouTube policies. I'm just going to, but yeah, I mean, I don't know if Ford is telling the truth or not. What I do know is that these experiences are not the experiences, the horrendous, disgusting, horrific, barbaric experiences that the Me Too movement is about explaining, that, it's about protecting women. The Democrats, what they've done is hurt the quest to protect women with this. This doesn't embolden and protect women. This casts a greater shadow of doubt, unfortunately, when there are real claims in the future because of this political craziness. And they're always hiding, like they're so stupid. They're like, well, the FBI needs to get involved. Well, you want to just hold up the process. Just say the honest. It's obvious. You didn't start this in July. You knew what was going on. You waited. Now it's possible they didn't wait. It's possible that all of this was just, happened, in an organic manner, that it was just, what a coinkydink. Democrats always fall back on, plausible deniability, coincidence, but that's not the case. They're the most ruthless, vile, disgusting political party. They're not a movement. They have no value system. They have no policies they run on. It's all condemnation, and they're going to melt and turn on each other. I'm telling you, when I was left, everyone turns on each other. Everyone says, you're not good enough. You're not, blah, 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 blah. And when I became a Trump supporter, I was like, you know what? This is great. No one bothers me. This is fantastic. Everyone's cool. Everyone's nice. Everyone's appreciative and just nice and kind. And they say wonderful things. And it's not like you have to be a certain this or that, or you're not, real, whatever. It's just the left is so dysfunctional. You can't even have one subject that the left agrees on, that everyone unifies around. They don't. There's no unified stance on things. Anyway, GOP's favorability hits highest mark in 7 years. Gallup. How is that possible if Trump is like Mussolini and Genghis Khan? 45% give a favorability rating to the Republican Party. So the Democratic Party has a horrible favorability rating. Wow. I love this so much because this actually just bolsters everything I've been saying. One of the reasons in my Daily Caller article that I said that the Republicans will keep the House and Senate is because Republicans enjoy high approval. Yep. Chuck Willery will be back in 2 and 2. I get also like, people are upset on like, well, I won't even go there. Yes, Chuck Willery. Poll, Republicans enjoy high approval. Democrats lose middle class advantage. It's just so hilarious. And they won't know. Look. Thank you, Sean, for this information. What's going to take place is that the Democrats won't know what hit them. Rhonda, Iowa girl, HA. Most women have had this happen. Being groped is common. Ask your women viewers, just a fact. Well, the Rhonda, Iowa girl, I'm not going to ask anyone, but yeah, I mean, I let's say, agree 100% with you in that women are in the world have had. See, I don't know. Like, I don't even really know what Ford or what Kavanaugh's accuser stated. Like, he jumped on top of her, and then he was trying to attempt something horrendous, and then some other guy came and then pushed him out of the way. I mean, it's all like I've read all different things. Then it's craziness. But they're equating this to Harvey Weinstein or Bill Cosby, and it's not. And that's the thing. It's not. That doesn't condone anything, but it's not. Everything's the absolute extreme. Everything's the absolute extreme to Democrats. Thank you, Rhonda, Iowa girl. Thank you, Brian. What up, HA? Just want to say one thing. We need to take every single seat, all of the House. The brakes are off the Trump train. Choo choo. Brian, yes. I think that, you know what? It will be a devastating loss. A devastating loss for Democrats if they get anything. I mean, it'll be a horrendous loss. A horrendous loss if they take anything less than 18, 19 votes, because they can at least save face. So, Brian, they can at least save face. Well, we got close, and maybe we can get some Democrats to a flip and sing. But if they get like 14 seats, done. They spent 2 years. You spend 2 years trying to like knock little Donnie off, and he comes back and he's like, "We won again." I have a horrible. I can do certain imitations, but I can't do President Trump. I just can't. I don't know why. I just can't. But Shay Kavanaugh told Fox News he was yeah. What's the left going to do now? You know what? They're just going to ignore it. They're just going to ignore it, Shay. They're just going to ignore it because they don't care. They don't care. They just want to smear, and everyone knows it too. And it's turning off. Who are these strategists, by the way? Because their whole thing is just keep at least some people voting. And unfortunately, it's worked. Like, there are millions of people who have been brainwashed and gaslighted, and they're okay. It's not enough to win, but at least people will come to the polls for them. That's all they care about. Lyle Budd. Has my love been outlawed? I married my wife 42 years ago when she was 16. Lyle Budd, your love has not been outlawed. Congratulations on 42 years. Amazing. Amazing. Congrats on that, Lyle. Thank you, Lyle. 42 years of marriage is pretty amazing. It's really amazing in this day and age. Lyle, congrats. Rhonda, Iowa girl, Avenatti is saying he... Yeah, Democrats are staying away from him. Yeah, Avenatti is... He's actually ruining... If that's what he's saying, because he's actually ruining their plot. Avenatti's like, I can help out. They're like, no, don't. We're already corrupt enough. Don't add that. We just wanted to be insidious. Now you're being insane. That's hilarious. These are the unintended consequences of being so utterly corrupt and such a bunch of liars. If you lie that often, then you have the Avenattis, the Michael Avenattis, like, yeah, I'll help out. They just want to go ahead. The media is inept and impotent. The media is impotent. The media is impotent. Thank you, Bit the Apple. Thank you. He's going to go ahead and be confirmed. And when he's confirmed, they're going to go say, oh my God, they're going to say it's horrible. And when they lose, they'll blame North Korea, or they'll blame gerrymandering, or they'll blame something. They're going to always blame. They're going to always blame. And at the end of the day, their political clout is done. They'll have no more political. Even you know what? I predict also that the media will jettison them a little bit. The media will be like, look, we're just going to gravitate towards power. And whereas they'll try to go ahead and hit Trump and all that stuff, it'll be different. It'll be different. A lot different. It'll be a lot different. No Sickle J. HA bobblehead will sell. No Sickle J. Jeff McDaniel 100. I don't think more Supremes to come. Oh yeah, Amy Barrett's on deck. No Sickle J. Thank you, Amy Barrett. That is the impossible. That is the impossible. Well, let's see what Trump. So Trump's at the United Nations, and he's like, I'll talk to you later. Remember, midterms want to go ahead. So Democrats have a negative favorability rating. Or Democrats have what, 36%? They have 45%. Okay. The last time the GOP had a higher approval rating than Democrats in the Gallup poll was November 2014, when the GOP gained a 42% favorability rating. So yeah, Democrats aren't getting the House. They're not going to get the House. And it's just going to be, it'll be very interesting to see. It'll be very interesting to see what takes place. It'll be extremely interesting to see what takes place. Extremely interesting to see what takes place. How they react. Because they're going to turn on each other. I can tell you that right now. But it's going to be interesting because they're going to go ahead and end up turning on each other to the point where they might not have a political party left if they go too far. Because their whole thing is that they're like, oh, we'll go ahead and yeah, Avenatti he's taking it. He's trying to take the baton and he's running outside the stadium. He's like, hey, give me the baton. I can go ahead and win this race. Like, no, you're really not. Oh, boy. Frank! Rub a small amount of mixture into your scalp every morning to help stimulate your hair and increase blood circulation. Take a B supplement. The B vitamin biotin is especially important for hair growth. I will. But I actually like the... I'm just going to always shave my head, Frank, because I used to have... spend like thousands of dollars in hair gel every month. So I used to just slick my hair back. And it's just a pain. It really is just a pain. Now I just, I don't do anything in my hair because I shaved my head. Mag oil on your head. I'm going to put Make America Great oil on my head. I'd be like, I'm not only a Make America Great Frank, thank you. Jeff McDaniel, 100. I'm hoping that once Trump is done loading the SCOTUS, will be 20 years before Dems have an opportunity to screw it up again. Well, Amy Barrett's on deck. She's waiting on deck. Yeah. Fastball. Oh, I'm sorry. Sorry, Elvira. Mr. Reedmore, thank you. No, Sickle J, thank you. Oh, my goodness. So, ladies and gentlemen, I actually have an upload that I just uploaded right before this segment. I want everyone, almost 800 people to watch. And what can I tell you? It's just, oh, man, I'm at 116,998 subs. 116,998 subs. So 2 more, and I finally get to 117,000. It's pretty awesome. Tell your friends. Tell your friends. So Rosenstein slowly resigning. So that's one I wrote. I did right here. This is the upload. So there's an upload. Please go ahead and share to my amazing subscribers. Here it is again. So I just went ahead and shared the upload. Rhonda, Iowa girl, did you see Acosta get schooled today? School today, B-Pump. It was great. I didn't. I love his face, though. He's so earnest. He's like... Acosta's always like... He's always looking like this. Like, hold on. Let me see if I could do it. Let me look at Jim Acosta. Let me look at a picture of Jim Acosta. Hold on. He's like, oh, Walter. This is it's so funny. They're so hilarious too. Like, they don't realize that everyone laughs at them. They think that they're controlling the narrative in the country. They're not. They're not. Let's let 01. Let's let 01. Thanks for giving. Have you tried a SIG P320? I don't think I have. I did try. I tried a SIG 1911 and wait, I think I did try a SIG P320. I have to check my. My goodness, it's been a while since I've been to the range, but I tried all different firearms. I think I tried a SIG aside from the 1911. I forgot which one it was, but I heard that's a pretty good one. Let's let 01. I heard that's a pretty good firearm. Thank you, Sean, for the really cool tweet. Yeah, I mean, it's gonna be great and interesting and wonderful. And what can I tell you? What can I tell you, ladies and gentlemen? I didn't see the Acosta thing. Rhonda, Iowa girl. I'll have to check it out. Frank, thank you so very much. Now, you know what? You're awesome, Frank. Just you even writing that and supporting this channel, that's kind of you and more than enough. You don't have to. I think that I'll probably get it later this evening. We're on our way to 120,000, Frank, and it's because of you and everyone here, all 712 people. Tell your friends about this channel. Tell your friends about. I'm very honored. I have husbands and wives who say, "Hey, I told my husband or my wife about your channel. We watch it together." I was very, very happy about that. And you know, it's really interesting too, because we're actually all in this together, like watching this all transpire. And oh, 117,001. Yes. Yes. Thank you, everyone. Very good. It's been months since it's grown. Which could be taken in different ways, but the YouTube channel. This is fantastic. Thank you, everyone. 117,000. Yes. I like that. Yes. And maybe we can get to 120 before November 6th. Yes. That would be amazing. Yes. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you so very much. Frank, your good vibes did everyone's good. Rhonda, Iowa girl, everybody here, thank you so very much. Eric H526, thank you. Not your live stream, thank you. Everyone, it's going to be party time. Be here. Be here. November 6th, 2018 to party. Party with H.A. Goodman and his bobbleheads. If I could that night, I would take Russian standard vodka and just do shots. But I don't think. Thank you, Boxer Paws. Thank you, Frank. Oh, if it's you, Frank, I appreciate it. Thank you. Very nice. Awesome. Hey, vote early, vote often. That's what I say. Frank, thank you so very much. Frank is our X factor here. I do need a digital countdown clock. Oh my God, maybe I should get one. Oh my God, that'd be so great. That'd be so great. Anyway, God bless everyone. Thank you so very much. Frank, thank you. And we're officially over 117,000. And thank you so very much, everyone. God bless. Have a great night. In my super chat. Thank you. I'll see you all tomorrow. Kavanaugh will get confirmed. Republicans will keep the House and Senate. And there will be a meltdown of epic and biblical proportions. Good night, everyone. Good night, everyone. Thank you so very much. Have wonderful dreams. Thank you.